People with their Uranus in the third house are geniuses. They're very smart people and they have their own way, like from the very early childhood, because the third house represents early growing up, siblings, the early environment pretty much the child has been surrounded by. They tend to develop early on their own way of making sense of what's going on around them instead of following the known conventional theories behind why things happen, if that makes sense, on the mundane level. It also represents neighbors, okay, and education, early education. They're very inventive. They're inventive and intuitive thinkers. They I believe Albert Einstein had this placement, and they are way ahead of their times in terms of thinking. They are being a literal source of the information field, to the information field, and they kind of see the possibilities, the most likely possibilities, trends, and all of these things, right, in society before they are explored. And when people with this placement talk about things, they're not understood because not a lot of people think this way. So here we see Uranus is a very detached, is an Aquarian energy, and the third house is a Gemini. So we have a combination of air signs, right? Sorry, air element. Uranus is air, and the third house Gemini. This shows us literally that it's a person is very detached in their thinking, very different from the way other people perceive the world and what kind of conclusions they come to. They see the world from a detached point of view, and they're more rational than the average person. That their ideas may be ahead of their times and they may be unwelcomed by your environment, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be popular in the future. Usually it means that they're going to be popular in the future. Another thing that Uranus people with this placement makes them they're very sharp, and they are ahead in terms of thinking. A lot of people may not understand them, and there may be confusion. They're restless and they constantly need to move, because third house is also travel, small travel, so they constantly need to move and travel somewhere, change their environment in order to, because Uranus is unpredictable change, and it manifests in the third house of driving, constantly moving somewhere, where it may create confusion for other people who may think that, oh, you're unstable. You're not, unstable meaning not stable in life. You may change subjects because you think quickly, and other people may have problems to catching up with you. Uranus is disruptive. It's not positive nor negative. Uranus is more so a neutral planet, where a Uranus creates this unpredictable change, whether you are expected or not, usually unexpected, good or not, we don't know, because Uranus nature, it depends on what kind of aspects and transits, right, a person is going on. But this placement indicates that the early environment may have been very impactful in the early life, and the early life have been very strange. There's something strange around how you grew up. Third house also represents siblings. So from the sibling standpoint, this would mean that the siblings, there was something strange about the sibling relationships or siblings themselves, or something unconventional, because Uranus is unconventional, right? Weird, meaning not weird, it's just goes against socially constructed norms, but in reality it's not weird, it's just people, step brother, step sister, or there might be a huge difference in age between you and your sibling. We see with this that they have struggles with adjusting to the traditional norms of education, traditional public school may not work for these people. They need to find a way to to learn, to understand subjects, and approach, they maybe need a tutor, something like that for certain subjects. So yeah, I hope this video helps, and let me know if this made sense.